Hello Susanna and welcome back to another video. I hope that you guys are all having a good day so far. It is a very hot day in Berlin. It's like 35 degrees, something like that. It's very hot. So we're getting to the sweaty season in Berlin, especially when there's no AC. I don't know why I just started off with the weather, but that's top of my mind right now because the room is very warm. But for today's video, I want to talk about Berlin because I feel like I haven't shown the city enough love recently in terms of the videos that I've been making. I've just been talking about Germany in general, and you guys know how much I absolutely love Berlin, and a lot of things have actually changed in the city, especially since I moved here. I feel like the first 3 years that I lived here, nothing really changed, but definitely after the pandemic, things changed quite a lot, and I find myself thinking quite a lot or having conversations with people about how different Berlin is now. It's all good things, thankfully. So that's good. But yeah, I just want to share that with you guys because I know a lot of you still want to move here and work here and you want to learn about the city and see what's poppin'. So yeah, definitely want to talk about that. So one of the first things that has changed a lot since I moved here is just how many people actually speak English in the city. There are a lot of times that I go out and I haven't heard any German throughout the day, or I go to restaurants or cafes and the baristas or the servers, they don't speak any German. Everyone speaks English. And you could say that this is a good or bad thing, but yeah, it's just very shocking how, especially in East Berlin, you don't really hear German that often. A lot of places just speak English, which is very crazy, and the people around you speak a lot of English. So that's a big change. I feel like when I first moved here, yes, Berlin was a very English friendly city, but now it's exponential. It's like everywhere. And this, of course, makes sense because, you know, a lot of people are moving here for work and they work at English speaking companies. So that's all great. But yeah, it is really shocking to not hear as much German as I once used to. The next thing that is also very different, and my friend and I were speaking about this a few days ago, we moved to Berlin around the same time and we would always talk about the food in Berlin. We were not the biggest fans, but when we spoke recently, we were talking about how amazing the food is now. Honestly, the food here is a slay. It is so good. I absolutely love it. There are so many amazing restaurants, and I travel quite a lot and I eat at a lot of different restaurants, and I would say Berlin now has some of my favorite restaurants in the world. It is so freaking good. There's so many different cuisines now available. A lot of really good flavors at the restaurant, which I feel like was really lacking when I first moved here. It was really hard to find good authentic food with good spices, which I really missed. But now you can find amazing Indian restaurants, Thai restaurants, Ethiopian restaurants, like very good quality food. And it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I love going out to eat. I'm such a big foodie that way. And yeah, it's just so good. And also so many good vegan restaurants now. Before the vegan restaurants, yes, there were a lot, but they weren't like that good, but now they're very good. It's just amazing what happens, you know, when people move into the country and also bring in their culture. I'm so glad because it's just been elevated for sure, the food scene here. So it's very nice. The other thing that also has really changed since I first moved here is being a cash-based society. So I'm not going to say that this is completely different. There's still a lot of places that only accept cash, especially, you know, government offices and more traditional places. But now I'm starting to see the flip side where businesses only accept card, which is really nice. I've gotten used to now just withdrawing money from the ATM every week and always having cash with me. But it's also nice to know that I can pay with plastic now if I wanted to. But it's nice to see that Berlin is starting to adapt digital payments more because this was definitely a shock when I first moved here because I was just so used to paying with card everywhere in Toronto, and then it's like we went back in time when we came to Berlin. So that's yeah, very, very different. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the fashion here. So traditionally, Berlin is known for people always wearing black. If you go to clubs, you got to wear black to get in, and people on the streets are always wearing black. And I would say now this is more so a winter thing or a fall thing, the colder months. Now a lot of people are wearing a lot more colorful clothes. They're wearing a lot more trendier pieces and a lot more designer pieces, which never used to be the case. So it's really interesting to see how that's evolved. Still, a lot of people do a lot of thrift shopping, which is really cool. I love that about the city, and there's still a lot of sustainability in that aspect, but people are picking out funkier pieces and more colorful pieces, and it's not so much the everyone wear black anymore. I've also been wearing a lot more color now and getting out of my comfort zone and not just wearing so much black, even though I am wearing black right now. But yeah, that's been really cool to see. So yeah, those are some of the things that I've noticed about Berlin and how it's different than when I first moved here. If I notice anything else, I'll definitely make sure to let you know, because I just think it's quite interesting to see how the city is evolved. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you live here? Have you noticed anything different? Let me know down below. And if you do have any requests for any types of videos that would help you with your own journey of moving here or living here, let me know too. And that's going to be pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and I will talk to you all in my next one. Tschüss!